Well, hey gang, poor old Pug here has been on the back burner again for the last 9 to 12 months, and I've just paid up its registration and insurance so she's legal again, and that's because we're going to try and get her running and usable. Summer's coming and we've decided, since it's not doing anything else at the moment, we're going to turn this into the family beach car, and that'll mean it gets used occasionally, maybe a couple of times a week. And then the fact that that means we'll be driving it weekly might actually motivate us to sort some of the problems out. But for now, we're going to pop the hood, give it a jump, see how she's running. Expect it won't be good, but hopefully good enough to use and start driving, and then we'll go from there. There's your button. There it is. Alright, level 1 complete, she starts. Lights up like a Christmas tree. But we already knew that from when she stopped. But I have some suspicions on improvements we can make. But for now, we'll just give her a drive today, see how she levels out, and go from there. Alright, it's the next day. We've fueled her up, charged up the battery, gone for a few drives. She's still running rough. When we originally scanned the codes, it had multiple cylinder misfires, but now it's settled down to just a cylinder 3 misfire. She's also still overheating, so if you've seen the old videos on this Subaru, you know we've got a head gasket issue. That hasn't gone away, surprise, surprise. I have got some thoughts and some ideas on that, so we'll make another video later trying to work out the cooling system, see if we can MacGyver it back into something functional and reliable. But it is still drivable around the local area, and that's why she's being commissioned as the beach car for this summer. But before we get stuck into anything else, there's a safety issue here. Unfortunately, while she was parked up, someone smashed up my driver's side mirror. So for today, the job is to make her safe and something that my wife might actually drive. So we'll replace that mirror. I happen to already have one ordered from before. We'll clean her up, get all the cobwebs off, and that'll be it for this video. Then we'll work on the cylinder misfire on another video and the cooling system on one more after that. So hopefully a few videos coming on this car. We'll see if we can get her back to a functional, reliable, local daily driver. So I ordered this several months ago. I think it's this. Hopefully in here is a replacement mirror. Even managed to get the correct color and the correct side too. How clever am I? So these aren't hard to replace. They'd almost be super easy, but not quite. First thing you do is pop this panel off. That's literally just a clip fitting. And if we could pry this back, we could get to 1, 2, and can you see it there? 3 bolts. But we can't, so we have to loosen this off so we can pry it back. Also, we need to be able to get to the plug fitting as well. And that should be mounted to the door metal just about here. Okay, next you want to take the surround of the door handle off. So intuition says you'd want to go for this screw here next, but on these cars you actually don't. Now, if you try and pry it off, you're probably going to break it. It's actually easy if you know what you're doing. The trick to these, see that little tab in there? If you pop your screwdriver in there and twist just like that, it'll pop, and then you just want to work your way around. Whoops, again, hard one-handed. Let's see if I can do it. Work your way around, twisting that out all the way up to the top. There's a couple of tabs at the top you need to release as well. Otherwise, if you go for it too hard, this is what happens. Someone's broken this before. If you get it just right, pops out like that, easy peasy, and then you won't break it like someone who's tried to pry it from the outside. So that actually stays there. So the next thing, we don't actually have to pull these switches out either. We've just got to release the screw in the bottom. So we're going to pull the little rubber mat out of there. It's really easy. It's just a matter of getting a grip on it and pulling it out. Then we've got this screw in here. That's out. Now we pop all of the press ones out from around here. That all the way around. I've already done most of them, but some of them have gone back in. Once they're all loose, this should all just lift out of place. Now, if you're just trying to access in here to get the mirror off, then that's all you need to do. We've got this all loose and we've got all the access we need. But since we're here, if you're actually trying to work out how to get the door panel off completely, then this panel does need to come out. And this is loose in the back because that screw holds it down. There's 2 little tabs there and 2 little tabs there. So I'm going to carefully pop them, lift the back out, and then the whole thing should come out. So I had to use 2 hands for that. Just put a little outward pressure on this bit and a little inward pressure on that bit, and you'll pop those tabs. 1, 2, you can see there, like that, just there. Now I can do the other side. Just go slow and steady. This is almost 20 years old, this car, so we want to be gentle, or else you end up with broken plastics. There it goes. Once you've got the 4 tabs loose, you just lift at the back, pull slightly backwards, and that whole thing comes out. You can see the 2 pressure tabs, 1, 2 on that side, 2 more on this side, 1, 2, and the little front tab just here that sits underneath there. I'm just going to put that back in place so that holds everything on the door for me whilst we work over here. So back to the wing mirror now we're in. It's super simple. It's 1 plug and 1, 2, 3 bolts, and she comes out. The plug is just a little pressure button. Now that's out, you can see it. You just push on that little tab there, and that allows that little lug to release. And just pull straight out. Okay, the 3 bolts are now out, so we should just be able to work this loose. So just a little note, I found it feels like it won't come out, feels like it's still got a screw in it. Just a little lift and a tug, and off it comes. And again, 1 hand makes things hard. There you go, pop that out. There's our old one out. We just dropped our rubber seal, which we'll reuse. Pop that on the new one. Just like that. Sticky, sticky. And now we'll pop the new one in. I'm going to do this with 2 hands just because I really don't want to drop the new one. Put that plug through that hole, just like that, and then we can carefully pop it into place. Easy peasy. And then come back on this side and put our bolts back in. So just a little top tip I learned the hard way. There was a little plastic bit in this little square here. Unfortunately mine is now right down the bottom just there, you can see it. That's what this little trim clipped into, and unfortunately I can't get that out easily, so I have to use double-sided tape or something to hold that in place now. So watch out for that. Don't let that little clip disappear on you, because that's a bugger. Anyway, back to where we were. Put the bolts back in. Put the plug of the new one in. Got a little rubber grommet here that's supposed to protect the wires, so might as well use that as well. We'll do a quick test. Out, in, up, down, winning. And then all we have to do now is put it all back together. First thing is to get the top lip here hooked back over the metal of the door. Okay, so that's all tucked over there now. Now we can just bang all the clips back in. There we go. And look at that, that lined up nicely. Then pop this screw in here. Grab your little rubber thing, pop that back in there. And then if you manage to save your trim clip, pop that one up in there. And the final piece of the puzzle, very simple, just press that back into place. And we are done. Brand new mirror. Well, not brand new, but you know what I mean. And now, can back out of my driveway without crashing. And we'll just wrap it up with a quick de-spiderwebifying. So there we go, the cobwebs are off and the mirror is on. Now I have a chance of actually getting the wife and kids into the car. And it's dark now, so we'll call that a night. We'll come back another time and see if we can fix up that rough running cylinder 3 misfire. And if we have success there, then maybe we'll tackle that cooling system again, see if we can MacGyver something together that'll mean it doesn't get so warm driving around town. And if that's the case, then the last step will be the cosmetics. We'll do some paint correction and stuff like that, and then we'll have a functioning car again. But right now, we have something that's good enough to get us to the beach, and that's good enough for me. So, good night.